Division Director Toastmaster Vineet, Area Director Toastmaster Rekha, past presidents, fellow Toastmasters. I am from the city of Thrissur, which is popularly known as the cultural capital of Kerala. And my house is near to some of the very popular venues like the Sahitya Academy, Town Hall, Regional Theatre, and the most popular Thrissur Round, popularly known as the Puraparva. What is so special about this venue is like speakers from different areas like politics, art, literature, theatre used to come to these places and deliver phenomenal speeches. And as a teenager, I used to go and look up to them and wonder, will I ever be able to speak like these guys? And at that point of time, I never had a venue to explore if I had this potential in the first place. But the primary thing is I was afraid to go and speak in public. Years passed by, I got a job and I moved to Bangalore. And one Sunday I was sitting idle at home. And I thought, what will I do for that day? And that's when a friend calls me up and says, hey dude, do you want to go to Toastmasters? So Bangalore is famous for these pubs, and I've heard about Purple Ace, Jimmy's, Sticks, and also I thought Toastmasters could be some pub and all. He said, dude, I can come, but I'm in no mood to drink. He said, no, it's not. It's not a place to drink. It is a place where you develop your public speaking skills. Is it? I never knew that. So I said, okay, let's go here. What else to do? So I went to this club. 5 minutes there, I knew that I'm going to be part of Toastmasters. And I still hold the award of being the guest for the maximum number of times in that club. It was close to 10 times, simply because I was planning to move to Kerala. That's why I did not join there. Now when I moved to Cochin, relocated to Cochin, the number one priority in my list was to become a Toastmaster. So I went around researching in various clubs, and at last I finalized on this Travancore Toastmasters club that holds the meeting every Sunday around 2:30. Do you know why? Because I didn't have anything better to do on a Sunday evening. But today, when I stand here, I am absolutely convinced that there is nothing better that you can do on a Sunday evening than to invest in yourself by coming to the meeting regularly. Toastmaster journey has been phenomenal in my life, and this club had such a huge impact in my life. It just did not make me from just another speaker to a champion speaker, but the influence it had in my life was simply worthwhile mentioning. Starting from my office, within few months of joining, I was given the responsibility to anchor one of the most prestigious events known as the annual day, where all the senior leadership comes. And instantly I was in the limelight. Do you know why they gave me that role? Toastmaster. Yes, because I was a Toastmaster. They didn't even know who I was. Are you a Toastmaster? Come, let's try it out. The second thing, my movie, I remember the director of the movie going and introducing me to the rest of the crew that, you know what? He's a champion speaker from Kerala. The third thing, the book that I completed, although it's not published, you got to trust me on that. I got the inspiration from one of the Toastmasters from this very club. That's the reason that sparked that thought in my mind that I can actually write a book. And today, this club has given me yet another opportunity to become a leader by being your president. And I'm absolutely privileged to take up that role. As the president of this club, we're going to have 3 major focus areas for this term. The number one, can everyone think why you actually joined this Toastmasters? Let me tell you why I joined. Improving my communication, public speaking skills. And that is going to be the number one priority for this term. No matter where you are, if you are a beginner or an advanced speaker, there's always a scope of improving. And towards the end of this term, you're going to look at yourself and say, hey, I have become a better speaker. Now, how do we do this? Toastmasters has already set up a path for us. All we need to do is to follow it. So let us make this commitment that all of us are going to set a goal and we are going to achieve it. Because only when you grow does the club grow. Right?
Yes.
Can we have that commitment?
Yes.
The second will be the overall quality of every meeting. Each and every role player who's going to come over here is going to give the best of what they can do. Now, how are we going to do this? The beginners are going to ask their mentors or the senior mentors, senior people, as to how we are going to perform this role. The seniors are going to give feedbacks to the beginners as to how to improve on it. And when the seniors does take up any role, they're going to ask themselves, is there a better way? Is there a better way to improve it? When we cumulatively do all these things together, we are going to conduct meetings of high standards, and we are going to showcase this as some of the best meetings in District 92. And the third and the most important thing is mistakes. In this term, there is no excuse, absolutely no excuse, if you do not make a mistake. Because only when you make mistake, you know for sure that you are trying. And hey, we have this venue for you to come over here and make those mistakes. But the only thing is, remember to learn from it. Are you ready to make those mistakes?
Yes.
As we move ahead with these roles, we are always, this Travancore Toastmasters is always known to be risk takers. Right? Well, I have only one thing to tell. There is always a confusion when you take a risk, should we take that risk or not? But only when you take a risk, there is a scope of growth. Only when you take a risk, there is a scope of change. No matter what you do, promise yourself that you are going to try out everything in your power to do the best you can in the meetings that lies ahead. And to take us through this journey, we have this eminent group of people with us, the champions and some of the best people we have. Although it is mentioned, I would like to take their names specifically. The Sergeant at Arms, it was a very strategic move. So we wanted everyone in this club to be here on time. Now how do we do that? We took a statistics and we figured out that all the guys are late. So we thought about it. Oh, how can we get all these guys over here? We chose the most prettiest, most beautiful women to come and start this meeting. It's not just a beauty. She's absolutely talented, multi-talented teacher in singing and dancing and whatnot. So probably we get to see all these on most of the meetings that we over here. Put your hands together for Toastmasters. The secretary, the young blood, someone who is comparatively joined very recently to our group. But the day, do you know the day that I noticed him? He was an accounder. And that day he took the list and he said, Toastmaster Jay Kumar, 3 hours. Everyone was like shocked. And he was like, did I make any mistake? That is the fresh mind he has. We are so used to seeing Toastmaster Jay Kumar as such a brilliant speaker that we never noticed. We couldn't even imagine that he made a mistake. And that is the fresh mind he brings in. And he was so committed to his work. And I have no doubt that he is going to do his job in the absolute best way possible. Put your hands together for Toastmasters. And Next, we have a strategic move. In all the past years, we had a treasurer who has been faithfully reporting our, whatever we gave to the committee. Now we thought of it in a different way. Can we multiply the money? So we chose the best possible person we have. AVP of ICICI Prudential. You give him 10 rupees, at the end of the year he'll make it to 50 rupees. So we're going to have another 5 years absolutely free for the members with him as the treasurer.
You have to read the small print.
So he's discussing the strategy with us already. But put your hands straight up for Toastmasters. The next one, the handsome guy, the guy with guts, the guy who never loses his spirit. Someone who is a businessman whom I used to have a lot of arguments with in order to understand what he has in his mind, a very calculated risk taker whom we have as the TM membership. I have no doubt that you have the ability to convince almost anyone to come and join this club. Just make sure that they are human beings, just convince anything to come over here. I expect 100% growth from this guy. Toastmaster, TM, Toastmaster Ganesh. Put your hands together for Toastmaster. Before I come to the last person, did I miss anyone? No, right? Oh my goodness. Now, there is a saying that... Oh, the PR. I almost forgot. I'm absolutely sorry about it because he's not present over here. Now, the PR, he is a guy who has served this role just a year back. And he took a break for almost a year and he just came back. Just one meeting before this installation ceremony, and we decided, you are going to be the PR. Do you know why? That is because of the substance, that the best he had given as a PR in his tenure. And there is no doubt that he is going to absolutely continue it or even do it in a better way. So let's put your hands together for Toastmaster Reggie Raman, who's not present yet. And last but not the least, the man whom I count upon. So there's a popular saying that the smartness of the people is inversely proportional to the height of the person. So with that statistics, we have among us the smartest person who could do this role, and I have no doubt he is the founding member of this very club, the person who is responsible to ensure that this club sustains during its bad times, good times, and I have no doubt he's going to do a very, very good in his tenure as a VP Education. And I'm extremely proud to be the president during your tenure as a VP President. Put your hands together for Toastmaster VP. I look at this year as a year of adventure. We are going to try out quite a lot of new things, and I really hope that all of you are going to bring together everything that you can so that together we grow as a club. Once again, Toastmasters, welcome to the stage. Over to you.